Very good afternoon to all. I am Rajashri Agnibashya. I am working as an assistant professor of political science at University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya. Today, I would like to present on the topic basic features of the Indian Constitution. This topic is especially for the MA first semester students. So here I am starting with the introduction part of the topic. The Indian Constitution is made by the Constituent Assembly of India and it took almost 3 years to complete it. The Constitution is adopted on 26 November 1949. It may be stated here that certain provisions of the Constitution came into force immediately, that is on 26 November 1949, and the remaining provisions came into force on 26 January 1950. Now, let us try to know the basic features of the Indian Constitution. Number one feature is that it is the lengthiest written constitution. Geographical factors, historical factors, dominance of legal luminaries, etc. are responsible for making the Indian Constitution a very lengthiest document. Number two feature is that Indian Constitution is a mixture of rigidity and flexibility. It means that certain provisions can be amended very easily, certain provisions can be amended with a difficult method, and certain provisions cannot be amended by anyone. Number three feature is that the Indian Constitution contains the federal features as well as the unitary features. Number four feature is that the Indian Constitution supports the parliamentary form of government, where the President is the constitutional head of the state and the Prime Minister is the real head of the executive. Also, the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers is responsible to the Parliament. Next important feature is that the Part 4 of the Indian Constitution contains the directive principles of state policy. The directive principles of state policy are certain guidelines that our state is expected to follow. It is non-justiciable in nature. Number 6 feature is that the Indian Constitution supports the idea of an independent bodies like the Election Commission of India, Comptroller and Auditor General, etc. Next feature is that the Indian Constitution provides for an integrated and independent judiciary. Supreme Court is at the top level and is also the highest court of appeal. Next important feature is that the Part 3 of the Indian Constitution contains the 6 fundamental rights. The idea of fundamental rights is borrowed from the US Constitution. Number 9 feature is that the Part 4A of the Indian Constitution contains the fundamental duties, and there are around 11 fundamental duties. The next important feature is the Indian state is a secular state, which means that India don't have a state religion. The next feature is in India we are only having single citizenship, that is our Indian citizenship. Number 12 feature is that in India we are having 3 emergency provisions, namely national emergency, state emergency and financial emergency. These 3 emergencies are present in the Article 352, 356 and 360 respectively. Another important feature of the Indian Constitution, that is point number 13, is that the Indian Constitution only supports the idea of universal adult franchise, that is any person who is 18 years and above can vote in the election. Thus, in conclusion, we can say that the Indian Constitution is something very unique and it contains lots of important features, and we can say that the Indian Constitution contains a number of important features that make it something very unique. For this particular topic, Students can follow books like Indian Polity by M. Lakshmikant and also Introduction to the Constitution of India by D.D. Basu. And for this particular presentation, these are the references. Thank you and have a great day ahead. Thank you.